OK, Max Verstappen, of course, won his first Grand Prix of the season in Saudi Arabia on Sunday, but talk around the security threats surrounding a militant attack on a nearby oil facility during Friday's practice is still very much top of the agenda. Now, Craig Slater is at Red Bull's campus for the opening of their new gym. Craig, look, we've just been told that Formula One's drivers are preparing to ask for more input over where the sport races in future. Did you expect that? Or what more have you got for us?
Yes, I've learned this over the past couple of days, that the drivers want to be more integrated into strategic discussions and have more of an input into some of the key decision making within the sport. And that is going to happen. There will be meetings with themselves and Formula One's bosses over the next couple of weeks, and they want an input into matters, including where F1 goes to race in the future. Now, this has been on the agenda, if not where to race exactly, but the drivers having an increased role for some time now. But events in Saudi Arabia has rather accelerated it. We had those lengthy meetings between the drivers, team bosses and Formula One's leadership regarding whether or not to race last weekend. In the end, the drivers decided that they would race, but the justification for the drivers wanting more input is that they are very much more the face of the sport these days than they were, say, 5 to 10 years ago, because Formula One has much more embraced social media and digital platforms, things like the Drive to Survive Netflix series. The drivers and their personality have been the key vehicle for F1 getting its messaging across. And the drivers think that if they're the vehicle for F1's messaging, then they have to be fully aligned with that messaging. And the best way to go about that is for them to have an input in the process and decision making that works out these major strategic decisions. So that is going to happen. I don't think F1 has a problem with that. I think they are quite open to the idea of drivers having more input. So yes, it is a little bit of a change within the sport, which I think has come about over a longer period rather than just being sparked by the events of last weekend, but certainly those have accelerated the issue. But yeah, the drivers will meet together, they will meet with F1 bosses, and Formula One, while happy with the decisions it took for the race to go ahead in Saudi Arabia, will make its own assessment of last weekend and what can be learned from the whole episode.
OK, let's talk about things then on the track. It was this brilliant battle, wasn't it, between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc that Verstappen eventually won. How significant was Red Bull's first win of the season, do you feel?
Yeah. Well, I've just been speaking to Christian Horner here at Red Bull headquarters. Incidentally, on the whole subject of Saudi Arabia and the race going ahead amid that attack on the nearby oil depot, he didn't want to speak on camera about the matter, but he reaffirmed that he was happy with all the decisions taken, and he will also support whatever investigations and assessments Formula One makes and tries to learn from the events of last weekend. In terms of getting the first win of the season, hugely important after the disappointment in Bahrain, and a tremendous battle on track between Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. And I asked him, did we glimpse the future of F1? Is this going to be the key rivalry over the next 5 years? And I also asked him as well, was there quite a distinction between the way Max and Charles fought on track to the way Lewis and Max fought, and in general, is the rivalry with Ferrari markedly different to the rivalry Red Bull had last year with Mercedes?
I think that's been a massive result for us. After the disappointment of Bahrain, knowing we had a competitive car, missing out on a podium not once but twice over a couple of laps right at the end in Bahrain, to bounce back in Saudi Arabia, that was a massive result for us. To get that first victory for Max. Checo, so unlucky, but getting his first pole shows with these new regulations we're right there, and that's thanks to all the hard work and dedication that's going in from the staff here in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, Red Bull opening a new gym today, Christian Horner cutting the ribbon, and the gym opening because they want to improve the mental health as much as anything else of the workforce here. The strains of a 23 race calendar very much are appreciated at the factory in Milton Keynes, and encouraging the workforce to get in the gym and to congregate in general, and to be able to do those kind of things again after COVID, they think will have physical benefits and mental health benefits too.
Yeah, good stuff. Thank you very much, Craig.